we at?
Listen, dude, I'm Amazon shopping. This shit's critical. We are in Edmonton, Alberta, waiting for the one and only John Dudley.
What's up, Canada? Tomorrow's opening day. Oh man, there's skill cliffs in there. We just pulled up to the lodge here at Red Willow. I've been coming here well over a decade. Here, I'll take you in. Oh, someone's sleeping.
What's going on, buddy?
Taylor. He was still in diapers when I first met him.
Still now?
Still wears diapers. This is my buddy Barry. He's part of the 7 Foot Club with me. And other than that, show yourself around.
So how stoked are you for this to get started?
I'm so freaking stoked. Go back 2 more yards and turn it around. Yeah, there we go. For the love of God. Well, here's the thing with Canada. You have to tag out in the first 2 days or you will die from West Nile disease. Caleb, are you wanting to be in my face again or you just want to see this hit the middle?
I want to see it hit the middle.
So in the middle.
Dusty!
What's up? Hey! Caleb's got the camera going. I mean, 20's good, 50's good, 80's good, 100's good. So, tagging out tomorrow. I like it. We're all practicing for the rest of the week. What you do is you see a huge field and you have to look at every canola pod on it to see if there's velvet sticking out. This is insane. The crops are just as tall as I've ever seen them. The grocery store for these bucks and elk is ridiculous. It's gonna be a good year.
So it's opening morning in Alberta, Canada. It's been quiet. We're trying to get into a position where we can draw a bull to us. We'll see how it goes.
All right, elk attempt number 3. That's Dusty. I'm John. We're in Alberta. We think we finally know what the elk are doing. Haha, famous last words. They've been out in these ag fields, so we're waiting for just enough daylight so that we can see a long way, and I'm talking a couple miles. We're gonna try to locate these elk that are coming towards this public land. I have permission from my buddy that has this farm right here. We can use his edge to try to be able to locate the elk, and we're gonna try to get them as they're going into that public land. That's the plan. Locate, intercept, and execute a good job. 5 yards. Freaking dropped him, slipped up, gave him another one quick. We spotted some bulls, or a bull and some cows coming over that far hill. They were going down the whole gut of this field, way out there. And we figured we had to run a little far back to cut them off. We started going, all of a sudden we came around this point, and I knew I was gonna have to call, so check it out. I popped this up, popped up my decoy, and just made a bugle, and he looked over, and I think when he saw that, did you see him just coming? I mean, he was just coming, and he was trying to stay between his cows and this where he thought another bull was. Oh man, that was awesome.
Comes the first bull. You're looking at it. That's a cow. If we had been up at that other trail, it'd have been a 20-yard shot. Yeah. How far was that? 50. But they never stood out there. No.
This was an awesome morning here in Alberta. We're up here with Willow Outfitters. We were able to get this awesome bull. Normally, in years past, we've put on as many as 120 kilometers during our hunt, and to get something on the second day is pretty dang awesome. This has been a tremendously wet year, and they've done an awesome job patterning some of these bulls. We were catching this bull coming out of a pea field probably a mile away, and we seen him coming, and I cow called him a few times, had no interest. He was actually barking at his cows, which I've never heard. He was really trying to get them out of these fields before the sun came up, and he came around this corner. We popped up our decoy. Our wind was good. I bugled at him and he stopped, looked right at us. I started seeing the foam just coming out of his mouth, and he just came on a rope. His cows were coming over the top. I got a range on him when he stopped and just pulled my bow back and figured I would just wait him out because I was worried about the cows coming in too close where I wouldn't be able to draw my bow. And he stopped at 65, turned broadside, and delivered just a devastating shot. I'm shooting the knock-on axis with a max 23 vane and a nocturnal knock and the Rage Tripan, and it is just dropping stuff in its tracks right now. This is awesome. Dusty and I have put on so many miles up here in Alberta. It's just the awesomest place for an early season bow hunt. Willow Outfitters does such a good job. We've got great friends in camp. Caleb behind camera. Andy got his first mule deer yesterday. Our buddy Brock came up and got his first elk with his bow in Alberta yesterday. Of course, I got my brother Dusty here. I call you my brother, you might as well be. I never got one, but if I had one, I'd want him to be like you. And
Thanks, man.
Thanks. Are you gonna talk at all?
No, you got this.
Okay, I got it. Yeah. So, awesome hunt, and just an unreal experience up here in Alberta.
Most likely tonight, what we do every evening, unsuccessfully look for elk. That's generally what I do. I get sneaky, I crawl around, I get into the bushes, we make noises that are supposed to get elk to come to us, and they don't. We've been looking at night times. We would say essentially patterned a herd of elk that comes out into this pea field every night. We have a perfect wind, 2 or 3 game trails just down this tree line, and we're hoping that they repeat what they've done the last few nights. They walk out in front, give us a shot, and then we're gonna put one on the ground. Naturally feed this way. It looks like they're funneling this way, kind of. That one small bull's gonna make his way over, I think. Look at that one, just chasing that spike up. Get your shit out of here. So got a shot on the elk. The shot felt awesome. The shot looked good, but I'm not super sure about the penetration. I think it might have had a little bit of involvement with his front elbow. Instead of pushing him and jumping him up and driving him away, we're just gonna give it the night. We're gonna come back in the morning, see if we can find it.
It's a very cool bull.
I've never really seen anything like this.
No.
Last night, recovering from the great flu of 2019, we decided to sit on the edge of a field. 2 hours before sunset, we hear a bugle, we look out in the field, and there's elk out there, which is substantially earlier than we've seen it for this year's hunting trip. Able to call a bull to about 79 yards, took a shot on him. Good hit, sounded like a good hit, looked like a good hit. We looked back in the video, it looked like a hit right in the pocket. Watched him run off, came back this morning, found a blood trail, followed the blood trail, and this is where he ended up. So this is my first Alberta bull in 3 years of hunting up here with Red Willow Outfitters. Don't have much elk hunting experience, but what I can say is this is definitely one of the most unique racks I've ever seen. I've never seen, it's like a little basket up top. So this is definitely, I'm gonna call this guy a 16 point, because I'll just take the points and multiply it by a couple to make it look like and sound like I'm a better hunter than I am. But unique rack for sure. He's got really good width here in his main beams, and it just comes up and it just breaks off into 4 different points. Never really seen anything like it. Super happy with this bull.
I like how I made the height just right for Dusty.
Always thinking about me.
This is called Meat Pole 101. All right, we got Andy's bull out. He shot at a very convenient location. We got him out whole, so we're gonna set him up right here close to camp. Quarter him out, hang the quarters, debone him out, pack it, bag it, and be back to town by nightfall. It'll be an easy day. Normally, if you have a bunch of guys that are capable, what I like to do, and what Dusty and I always do well when we're breaking down, is he likes to pull off lower parts of the legs, make the cross-sectioning cuts, and then I start peeling back, and then as soon as Dusty gets done with that, we both work on one half together, and we kind of work towards center, and we'll cape them all the way down past the spine on the opposite side, both the quarters, and as high up on the neck as I can get while working this way, and then we'll actually lay this hide out and use it as a clean surface for as we're having to lay this shoulder over to remove it. And we'll go ahead and rig some string loops through the quarters before we move them. That way, as soon as they're detached, you have 2 things to hold on, and you can go hang those loops up there on the meat carrier. Damn. Tomahawks.
Dinner, bitches.
Last day, and I've popped my first bottle of wine because it's gonna go awesome with Dusty's masterpieces over there. Andy's sitting like a true recluse in the shade.
I don't like the sun.
Come on. God. Oh man. Jordan is, he's partaking with the true classic moonshine in a Gatorade bottle. But we have a nice assortment over there. We're gonna have some Fireball pineapple. People that partake in this cookout get a little hors d'oeuvre. This is pineapple infused Fireball. Then after we will have
Fireball infused
pineapple. Cheers, awesome week. Great. Let's party. Oh, that's way better. That's so smooth. Fireball, you're missing out, dude. This is an Awesomeness way to end 3 bull tags, 2 deer tags, Brockmas to bear. And if all things go as planned, maybe I'll get a bear tomorrow on my last hunt. This is the most amazing cut the Vandy's bull. We stole it. But what's crazy is a couple days ago, none of us were capable of eating this, or anything for that matter. We all had the flu. Now we're all in full recharge. Dusty, Andy, dude, 3 years.
Finally.
Awesome. Jordan, aka Cocky, love those pants. Oh man.
It's so good.
So good. So good.